Hello and welcome back to Ollie Talks Airsoft. Today we're talking about something pretty cool actually that my friend dropped off. It is the Agency Arms Glock. Look at that. How cool is that? Unfortunately, as you can see by the title of the video, this doesn't work. There's quite a few problems with this. So my friend popped round a couple of days ago and he knows that I like pistols and gas blowback, pretty much everything. So he'd dropped this off, and basically one of his friends had picked this pistol up and had a few problems with it. It's pretty much brand new, and let's have a look. Let's have a look at how much fun someone has had right here. So I'm going to I'll take the slide off, and when we look inside the lower frame, this is where everything has gone a little bit wrong. So the most obvious thing is the fact that we do not have a hammer unit in here at all. That's because the person that owns this pistol managed to remove it. They managed to remove it without removing this pin just here. That's difficult, very difficult. And it appeared to be quite challenging for them to do that. And had they punched that pin out, most of this damage would never have happened. But what we're going to do is we're going to go over all of the damage, whether it's fixable, and why it happened in the first place. And I have a feeling that I know exactly what happened to this gun. And it's not good. It's really sad. It's a sad story. I shouldn't be smiling, but it's airsoft, so I'm really happy. It's a cool gun. This is a VFC Umarex based gun, and personally, I'm not a big fan of the VFC and Umarex systems. They appear to be similar to TM, but they're not backwards compatible in a lot of departments. Certainly not in the departments that I need. Anyway, so let me just pull out the hammer unit and let's have a quick look at it. So this is the hammer unit as it stands at the moment. So these wings on the side here are bent pretty significantly upwards, and if I turn it to the side, this piece here should actually be straight, and it's not. You can get an idea. On that side, that's how it looks with the runner, and on that side it is all over the place. So unfortunately, yeah, that's probably one of the biggest issues. It may have been possible to bend this back, but unfortunately, instead of punching the pin at the bottom, they ripped this out, and the bottom of the hammer unit and the pin was still in the frame when this was given to me. So I think I put them away. Yeah. This is the tiny piece that was still stuck inside the frame, which is ultimately, that's the bottom of the unit there. So that is sadly unsalvageable. They'd also lost the spring from the side of this. So the reason that this happened is obviously it was sat in here, and that's basically how it would sit. So you can kind of see a bit clearer there. The damage, that's how it should be, and all up here. But unfortunately, there is a screw hole at the back. Where is it? Just where my finger is, just there. Unfortunately, they've done enough damage to the frame just here that screw hole's not usable anymore. And obviously, because the pin's not going to hold it in, there's actually kind of no way of holding the hammer unit in anymore. And in yanking the hammer unit out, that's the trigger bar, which should extend out and connect. Forget it the right way around. Not that it matters anymore. It should be connecting in there, and clearly that's just been snapped off. So the things that ultimately, in reality, the things that need replacing are the lower frame, the trigger bar, and the hammer unit as an absolute minimum. And that's before I put it all together and then try and fire a shot, because on the face of it this looks absolutely fine. The upper looks to be in great condition, so I wouldn't expect there to be any problems from this, but I don't know yet. So I could, end up buying all the parts to repair this, and it may still have problems. So the person that handed it off to me said the owner of this pistol had fired 3 shots, and then something had happened, and they'd obviously, this isn't from firing 3 shots. This is from someone removing the hammer unit and not knowing about punching this pin out. So it was kind of like, everyone should know how to take their gun apart in the kind of basic maintenance sense of the word. You should know how to like field strip it, maybe clear a BB, and that's normally how you adjust the hop up. So you've got to be able to like get into your pistol. So everyone should know how to do that. But for the most part, you really don't ever need to start digging into stuff at the back here. And I do. Because I have certain different requirements for some of my pistols, like running CO2, or if they're high use and I break something, then I'll go in and repair it. And there's a lot of fun to be had from going in and repairing your guns. But I think what's happened with this particular gun, and the reason that the person took it apart in the first place, is all to do with the adjustable trigger. Now, as soon as I say that, most of you are probably on board with exactly what I'm thinking here and with what probably happened. I imagine they adjusted the trigger to the point that it no longer engaged, because you can do that. You can short stroke it past the sear, and that way it'll always just be like that, and you can go, oh, my gun's not working. And you will probably think, oh well, let's have a look in the hammer unit. All that needed to happen was just to back that screw off until the trigger engaged again, and that would have saved this gun. So, living in the UK, actually the parts to replace this are not available anywhere. There's somewhere in France that's got them, but they don't ship to the UK. And yeah, so the only way for me to get the parts now is I can order them in from America, and it's going to be, I think it's going to cost about £80 with shipping, assuming I don't get any import duties. This is like a £160 pistol that someone's bought, and it's this is the tragedy, something as simple as kind of like not knowing how to like adjust your trigger, or even if like the spring, or even if the grub screw in here has like walked itself out a bit, like knowing that that's the point of adjustment that you can look at. I just feel really bad for this person. So I'm obviously going to have to contact my friend and say, look, you can order the parts if you want, and I'll happily give it a go at fitting them. But I really don't have a lot of experience with that, with the VFC systems. I prefer the Tokyo Marui based system, so that would include like KJ Works or WE or something like that. But I've just never actually really been impressed with any VFC like OEM guns or Umrex OEM guns. I just don't really think they're that good. And it's sad to say, and licensing doesn't make a product better. I actually think that it probably often does the opposite. But I will save that massive rant for another video, and I'll save my VFC refusing to just start adopting some of the TM systems, especially with their hop-ups. Oh my, I'm sure anyone that's got a VFC out there just knows or wishes that it had a Tokyo Marui hop-up system. And like, why VFC won't just switch over? I think they are kind of like slowly like stepping towards it and finally admitting that like other people have done it slightly better. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. That's okay. Like, we all learn from each other. Like, I don't do everything right, so yeah, companies should be willing to learn from one another and go, yeah, they do it better. Can we nick it? Like, there's other WE do it. Everyone else does it. Right, sorry, turning into a bit of a rant. So yeah, I'll obviously let you know like what happens with this and how it goes. But it's just to say, yeah, I think that the whole reason that all of this has happened, and the reason that this isn't in someone else's hands right now, with them watching Die Hard, like racking the slide, is all because they didn't know about that trigger adjustment. So know your guns, guys. Like when you get a gun, like it sounds really sad. Like I still read the manual. Like I will still, I know basically what it's going to say, but every so often there'll be a little feature or something, or you know, with this you can like scan the QR code and get your data on it, and you know figure out what's going on. But yeah, like at the point that you find yourself with a screwdriver and you're like prying bits out, just stop and go to bed, like sleep on it, approach the problem the next day, maybe check out a couple of YouTube videos, see what's out there. You know, Knuckles GSM, Rogue System 087, Eagle 6, like they've all got some great videos out there, you know, and you know, I'd love to do videos on every single gun. I'll do videos on all the guns that I have, but you know, there's a lot more out there that I don't have, and so yeah, there's a wealth of material out there, and yeah, just before you pry, just have a look and just see what's going on, and make sure you kind of like understand how your guns work and what's going on with them. But until the next time, guys, thank you so much for spending your time with me. I will just say I am still doing more filming for the green gas mod video. It's turning into quite a lot because I'm wanting to do as much testing as I can, and I can only kind of do like 2 rounds of testing in a day in like an evening, one at the start and one at the end, because I want to allow the mags to like settle at temperatures. So it is taking a little while. I'm really sorry, but it's on its way. Thanks for spending your time with me, guys, and take care.